businesses, where do you recommend that they start? Is there a tool or a business process or some sort of way of thinking about these, so we're not just trying to like flip on 12 different tools at the same time and end up breaking stuff?
My advice to everyone on this, especially people in trades, is this: you need to go old school before you go new school. And before you start automating and slapping AI on things, you need to really evaluate your business processes and see what areas are broken. And that's probably going to require bringing everyone around the table who's got a piece or a stake in it and saying, like, what takes too long? What don't I like doing? What can be automated? And then going out and finding the tools that can work. Because if you do it the opposite way, you're shoving a round peg in a square hole, and you'll end up spending a bunch of money on subscriptions that you're not using.
And that's great advice. Now that you're doing it, was there one particular area that you found had the biggest ROI or the biggest impact on the business?
Well, I think the answering service was a big one. That was a tremendous savings. And people really want to be able to call 24 hours a day or text or whatever and just do it. And the answering service that we use had been, sort of gathering data and scraping information in the industry for a long time. So it can answer so many different questions, better than me, actually, on plumbing, on HVAC. It can book appointments, it can confirm appointments. And then it sends us a text if there's one that is not working, or it's urgent, or you need it right away. So, we can still see it. My husband sees them all on his phone when we're closed, but that was a huge one. And then realizing that you don't need, as much space as you thought in the past. Like, we downsized our facility significantly, and it saved like $25,000 in a year.
Was that mostly due to people, equipment, or what? How come you save so much space?
Well, we didn't need to hire another dispatcher because we had the AI. And then we were able to set it up where we could do remote dispatching. And so our office manager actually moved to another state through all of this, and she's able to do her job from there. So, that wouldn't have been available to us prior. And I use a lot of it for financial evaluation. So basically, my only role now on the back end is sort of like a liaison with the bookkeeper and, government agencies, taxes, those types of things. But I've created and built several AIs that I can use to do budgeting, forecasting, evaluation on spreadsheets and data that we have in order to keep the company going without spending hours. Like, my budget used to take me 1 week. I would take the whole week of Thanksgiving every year, and I would write the budget for next year. Now, boom, done. You can do it almost instantly.
Yeah. Those kind of things are huge. And I think that's one that a lot of people are overlooking, is that aggregated data. You mentioned all the calls that this call service might get from plumbers around the country that they can use and leverage. But even in your business, it's really hard to keep track of everything month to month, item to item, when your business changes and people change and salaries change and all that stuff. It's you kind of just feel like you're putting a finger up in the air of what you would like the budget to be.
Yeah.
But now we have tools that can look at it and make more realistic predictions, even across the industry or across our company or different branches and stuff. That I think it's really cool. And the speed is insane.
Yeah, for sure. Agreed for sure. And, I was never really much of a spreadsheet evaluator type person. I don't know about you, but, now I am, because it's super easy. You can take all of this and, confidentiality is people's objection. Okay. Well, you take your financial data out of QuickBooks, put it into a spreadsheet, cut it and paste it in. Do not throw the spreadsheet in there with your account numbers and the name of your company. And now it is blind data. And with regard to how are you going to use it? Well, you need to figure out what the key performance indicators are in your industry. So how much should be going to materials, uniforms, overhead, and then load that in the back end of a custom GPT, which is how I did it. And then when you throw your data in, it's looking through the lens of those key performance indicators. And even more so now with the new things that came out with Open AI over the holidays, because now we can do the projects inside of ChatGPT, and now you can keep all of your data in the project, and bam, now we're really flying.
They even have some what they call temporary chats, where it's sort of like the incognito or private browsing, where you can just ask a question and then it'll go away, and it's not training the data, it's not saving it for later or anything like that, which I've never been too worried about the confidentiality anyway. I understand there are if you're in the healthcare or banking industry or something, you probably need to be a little bit more worried about that, but most companies don't. They have our financial data on our company, is like you said, as long as it's not account numbers, doesn't really matter too much. So I say, go for it, figure it out. And there are ways to get around whatever objections you might have, certainly on that side of the business.